4 trillion Kenyan shillings budget for the financial year 2024-2025 was read yesterday by the Treasury CS. Of the 4 trillion Kenyan shillings budget, 3.3 trillion shillings is going to come from the tax. Meaning, the taxman KRA has a duty to collect a whopping 3.3 trillion Kenyan shillings from Kenyans. Meaning, we as Kenyans, we are going to pay more for the taxes so that the taxman can meet their target of 3.3 trillion. This is the reason why the Kenya Kwanza government has introduced the Finance Bill 2024, which have then received a lot of opposition from Kenyans. Okay? Because the current economic situation in the country is not good at all. And for the government to meet their target of 3.3 trillion shillings, they have to tax more the Kenyans, even though with zero consideration of the current economic situation in the country. What most people don't like, or rather the major concern for the majority of Kenyans, is not paying taxes. In fact, nobody doesn't want to pay taxes. The problem is that when we pay taxes, we don't see the value for our taxes. For instance, ever since this government took power in 2022, we've never seen any new project being initiated by this government. So the major thing most Kenyans are asking is that we pay taxes, we give our government money, but we don't get value for the taxes which we paid. We don't get the services that we deserve that can actually convince us that even though we are asked to pay more taxes, but it is worth it. Okay? As we speak now, our doctors are still not fully settled as far as their strike is concerned. Our hospitals still lack medicines. Okay? Our teachers are still complaining. Every sector within this government is a mess. Even the public servants are not happy with the kind of job they are doing. This is the reason why most Kenyans are not happy when it comes to the additional of taxes and the continuous tax imposition by this government. Nobody doesn't want to pay taxes, but we don't see the value for the taxes. And if this Kenya Kwanza government think that at this era in 2024, the Kenyans are still the Kenyans of the early 2000s or the Kenyans of the 90s, then they are wrong. We did see yesterday some MPs led by the majority whip, Mheshimiwa Silvan Susoro, acknowledged that they've received over 3,000 SMSs from different Kenyans, and more than 50% of those SMSs are not good. Actually, he said by his own words, they are vulgar languages. I even saw Mheshimiwa Kawanjiko reading some of the SMSs that has been sent to him by Kenyans. This is after somebody shared the contact of public officials from the president to the member of parliament to the public. The Kenyans have taken advantage of this to send a warning to MPs. And let me warn this government, don't take Kenyans for granted. Don't think that everything is okay. Everything is not okay. And if you think that whatever is happening in other countries, like revolutions, is far from you, then you better think again. Because as it is now, you are really pushing Kenyans to the limit. And when these people will be pushed over the board, they must react. And you guys might not like the reaction of Kenyans. Those SMSs and those text messages you are receiving in your calls should be a warning call for you to think and have a rethink on how you can be accountable for that little coin every Kenyan is giving out as taxes. Nobody doesn't want to pay taxes. All Kenyans want is service delivery, is accountability. There is no way you want us to pay taxes, we don't get services. Instead, we see those who are in public offices buying new cars, renovating the offices, only think of themselves. Okay? You make a budget of 4 trillion, and the majority of this budget, almost 60% of this budget, goes to the executive. What do? Is just to enrich themselves while the poor Mamamboka and the poor Bodaboda guy continue being poor at the expense of the rich. This is a warning to you, member of parliament, and even to the president. Those are the messages that you've been receiving should tell you that majority of Kenyans are not happy. And just as this government, or just as the president make history by being the first deputy president to be elected as president, and even being the first Kenyan to contest for presidency and win in the first round, you might just make history as being the first one-term president for the Republic of Kenya. Things are not good, and you better sit down with your people, have everything in how to go about this, and even on how you are going to collect your taxes or to fund your budget without overburdening the already